really solid performance. I felt first half, really good defense, great energy on defense, activity, creating turnovers. We knew they're precision offensive team that if you give them clean looks, they could really hurt you from three. And then the kid Mogbo was very good inside player. He had a great game overall for him, but just liked our approach to defense. The quality of how we played offense. Some of it was again generated by our defense and getting into the open court and making good plays. But just good overall performance. Happy.
This game really felt like a dogfight, even though you led from tip-off to final buzzer.
Yeah, I mean they're a good team. The film says it. I kind of saw a lot of BYU and watching them just with inside, and then a lot of guys that could shoot. I think some of our success with guarding the three-point line was our closeouts. Like an example of that would be Frankie Collins closing out late in the game to Williams. Like he had to probably put extra arc on the ball because of how high Frankie contested that shot. So we really, I thought, did a good job of trying to speed them up. Maybe it felt like there were 6 guys out there at times because we're really moving well and rotating and pressuring them.
A little unusual that you had all your 5-year starters in double figures and no bench points. What did you make of that?
It's a matter of time for Kamari Lands, and just like the new world we're in, there's an adjustment and a new environment, and he had some really good games and games that have not counted on our record already. So I've seen him do it. I think he'll be a guy that right now off the bench will make it happen for us in that regard. But I thought Braylon Graham and Akil still, their minutes, were fine and really have any problem. We don't really look to those guys to score. And then, I think we'll get healthy, hopefully, and get, hopefully favorable news, for other things. So, and that will add to our depth and I think our ability to generate more points coming off the bench.
It's a positive also that you're getting carried by your best players when you need to be.
Yeah, I mean, Frankie was great. I mean, the thing I liked about Frankie and Jemiah, I think they had 18 defensive rebounds between the two of them. So when your front court is going through an injury crisis, which we are, and it was very difficult, again, because we have key players out, and those guys did a good job of just getting in there and getting those rebounds, big for us. It was tough though when you have Bryant with 2 and Gaffney with 2 in the first half, and you have those type of injury issues. It's not easy to navigate that half, but we were able to get through it.
Was this game kind of scary just because it was a team that beat pretty good last year? Did you let your guys remind them of that, or if Frankie didn't remind them of that?
I didn't talk much about it at all, just trying to keep it in the present. And again, we have 10 new players that didn't go through that. So it was just me, a few of the coaches, and Jemiah, Frankie, and Zoe. So I thanked them after. I thanked the new players for helping us, get a great win today with the real understanding of what we all had to go through last year in that game.
Does the emphasis on the guards crashing the defensive glass, does that almost have to just remain a thing, even as the front court is healthier?
Yeah, I think when I went to Vegas for media day, I talked about those two maybe being defensively and rebounding, great defense and rebounding guards, that Frankie and Jemiah. So, I mean, it was good to see them showing that, and we obviously do need that. And it was talked about because this team is going to shoot a lot of threes. So when you shoot a lot of threes, you're going to allow long rebounds. So you got to make sure your guards are committed, invested in trying to rebound the ball. And I tried to put a little carrot in front of them. Hey, if you get a long rebound, you're closer to getting to the offensive end with the ball. And they all want to do that. So maybe that worked too. Who knows?
Coach, you've hit on wanting to stop them from taking threes, but coming in tonight, they had a really efficient 2-point scoring game as well. They got some clean looks here and there, but how did you manage to hold them down in that narrative?
Well, I mean, if you take Mogbo out of the equation, I thought we did a nice job in all phases, really guarding the line, guarding the 2-point field. He's a handful. He doesn't take a shot that he can't make. It was, he was very impressive, and he was really impressive on film in the games that I watched. So he was a tough guard for us, but outside of that, I thought across the board we were really solid.
You made a focused effort on imploring the guys to try to, not settle for shots because you've played really well offensively for the last 2 games without making a lot of threes.
Yeah. I just think we have different dimensions to our offense, and we need to just have the buy-in. I think we're doing that. We're not fighting each other as much. Outside of just how we finished with the end of game, just taking care of the ball, and we were sharing it well. We were making the extra pass for the most part, making the right play. We have different ways we can attack with Jemiah, Frankie getting to the basket. Jose is a different type of player, man. It's just so he could manufacture baskets, and he was doing it against their center. Like, he's still working him in the post. So it's exciting to see that may not even be just a mismatch situation when you have a smaller guard on.
Frankie was super assertive at times in isolation, able to kind of get to his shot, get to the rim. Is that something that you've been kind of encouraging to do more of?
I mean, Frankie is not. He doesn't hang his hat on making shots, making threes. His perimeter shot was very good today. He made, like you said, he made it from distance. He hit a one inside the arc. He made his free throws, which was fantastic. He was 4 for 5 from the line. So happy to see them. Hopefully that'll get more confidence. But I mean, he's a guy that checks most of the boxes when he goes out there, just across the board, just what he brings to the table.
In an otherwise solid offensive performance, the team still shot around 13 of 21's low 60s. Where do you feel like the team needs to be in that department to succeed down the road? Yeah, I mean, it's, Bryant hit his first 2, which was a nice sight to see there in the second half. He wasn't able to connect on the other 2. I thought Zoe quick shot his 2 free throws. He's got the long release, and so he's got to extend a little more. So these are things that we'll just try and mention to the guys, and hopefully, with each game it gets a little better.
How would you assess the way Bryant played while navigating that foul trouble and still had a pretty efficient night?
Yeah, Bryant is, he's got a good motor. He just understands who he is. He's he's low maintenance. He doesn't like, hey, Hurley, I need to play. Give me the ball. It's, he kind of does a good job of playing off other guys, and just he's a hard-working type of guy. So a very, very relatable guy. I think a guy that our guys really like to play with. I mean, he had an illegal screen in the first half, but like, he sets good screens, so he does all the little things that the coaches appreciate.
So, Frankie, coming into this year, did the coach demand to you to play better defense than you did last year, and do you think you've been responding as you expected to?
I don't think that was a pinpoint on what he wanted me to come back and do, but I mean, I think I played some pretty good defense last season. I think I'm just in a lot more shape and a lot better shape this season, so it's easier for me to keep my man in front and, play while defend while tired, defend without fouling.
So that's why you get the vertical on the 2 blocks?
Yeah, that's just playing hard. I mean, yeah.
You made a couple threes tonight and shot the ball well, but as a team, you haven't really needed to have a lot of 3-pointers in the last couple games that have been successful. Mm-hmm. What do you think's enabled that to happen for you guys?
I think just getting easy baskets. If we continue to play defense, get stops and get easy layups, see the ball go in, get to the line, make some free throws, and I think that'll open up for our outside perimeter shooting.
Is that helping you kind of get to a better understanding of the identity of this team?
Yeah. I think our identity is just to be dogs, just play hard all the time, get stops, and defense got to be our go-to.
Have you seen a more comfortable Alonzo? Like, it feels like he's just playing kind of like a lot looser. And
Yeah. I think he's more comfortable. I think he's out there just flowing, just playing the game within the game, letting the game come to him, and taking his open shots. He's playing with a lot of confidence, which is really good for us. And he's always going to be there defensively. He's active, so I think that's really good for him.
Do you feel like this team is kind of, after a couple shaky games there, bit by bit, getting its footing, getting its traction, and you guys learning to play together?
Yeah, I think we're learning to play together a lot, really well, because at first it was a little shaky. We're trying to find out what spots and where we go, kind of messing up with our sets and kind of just all over the place. I think now we got a better understanding after getting a couple games under our belt, being more comfortable, understanding what people want their shots, and understanding how hard we got to play as a team and just playing together.
What about the offensive chemistry, just you, Jose, kind of figuring that out? Obviously, you already have a good rapport with Jemiah.
Yeah, it's just understanding his game. So I know he's kind of want to slow it down a little bit and, you know, play in the post. So we got to play when we throw it to him in the post, you know, just make sure we cut and give him some movement and making things open up for him. And he's a willing passer, so he'll look out and try to get other people some shots.
You seem super confident in your ISOs. Is that something that you've been working on, or where is that confidence kind of coming?
It's just understanding like what I want to get to and understanding my spots. I don't really think many people can stay in front of me with how quick I am with the ball. So if I can get downhill and people step up, maybe get some other guys some shots, that's always helpful.
There was a lot of talk about you guys trying to get stronger in the off season. Do you see that that's paying dividends?
Yeah, I think a lot of our guys are very strong. You know, it shows defensively. It shows how we be able to keep people in front. You know, play through contact, get and ones, or maybe just get into the line. Especially Jemiah, he's playing through a lot of contact right now, getting to the rim.
Bryant, what you think? Just how are things in the front court right now? You got a couple guys that are out. You haven't stepped up.
I think we're doing pretty good. You know, it's demanding from the bench. We got a couple freshmen coming off the bench. You know, they've been producing. So I think it's been a work in progress. Waiting for a couple of guys to get back, and we're just taking it game by game.
How helpful has it been to have players like Frankie, Jemiah, Jose really help out on the defensive glass?
Very helpful. You know, this is a team that rebounds. I'm looking at the stat sheet right now. You got Jemiah grabbing 10 boards, and you got Frankie here grabbing 8. So it shows that there's other people out there fighting with me to get to grab boards, because I think teams, what they're doing is they're really dialing in on me, trying to box me out. That's a scout, and with these guards to be able to come in there and snag rebounds, that's just a bonus.
When Sean Phelps, you know, was going to be sidelined, you know, for almost a month, did you feel the need that you really had to step up your game ever since you were there?
100%. That's I feel like my role hasn't changed. It's still to come in, be that energy guy, be what the team needs to be. And with Sean being out, you know, you've seen today with the fouls, we kind of have to play with Alonzo, kind of mix and match it up. But yeah, we definitely need Sean back out there. We need some size. He's a great player.
What was the challenge like dealing with Mobo down low?
He's good. He's very active, very physical, stays on the glass, and yeah, he got going. He's a beast. I give that to him. He gets on the glass. He gets on the glass a lot, and it showed when me and Alonzo went out there. He took advantage of that. No 5-man really, and he just capitalized on that position. But he's a good player.
What's been the transition like for you coming from a different school and trying to work your way into the fold? Do you feel like you're getting more comfortable now?
Oh yes. Game by game, I'm definitely easing into it. My mindset first game is definitely different from my mindset now, and the transitions I feel it's way more faster. I'm playing with a guard like Frankie. He likes to push. He likes to be more up tempo, and that's something that I have to adjust in the off season with my body, making sure I'm able to run up and down the court with these guys. But it's been a great adjustment. Love it here for it.
Frankie, I know you had 5 turnovers today, but the team typically has taken pretty good care of the ball. What do you really credit that to?
Just us being aware. I mean, that's just us being smarter with the ball. Maybe I had 2 early ones that I could have avoided. But, I mean, that's just me being unselfish. It's not like 5 turnovers for me come from just dribbling too much or just making the wrong read. It's just sometimes, well, it would be making the wrong read, but sometimes just being too unselfish and trying to, you know, make passes that don't need to be made. But I think we take care of the ball pretty well as a team collectively.